Tragedy at Kendal, 1957. The worst rail disaster in Jamaica's history and the second worst rail disaster in the world at that time. On Sunday, September 1st, 1957, hundreds of members of the Holy Name Society of St. Anne's Roman Catholic Church boarded a train at the Kingston Railway Station for an all-day excursion to Montego Bay under the guidance of their pastor, the Reverend Father Charles Earl. Also on board were close to 100 known criminals, hooligans, and pickpockets. In all, the number of passengers totaled 1,600, an interesting feat given that the limit for each of the 12 cars was 80. The criminals were said to have caused such a ruckus during the trip that a priest declared that the wrath of God had surely descended on them. Unknown to him, that statement was prophetic. At about 11:30 p.m., on the train's return leg, as the two engines and dozen wooden cars neared the sleeping town of Kendal, Manchester, three shrill whistle blasts signaled the journey's abrupt and tragic end. Within minutes, the train had picked up speed and derailed. Fragments of human bodies were strewn among scores of twisted metal. Close to 200 persons lost their lives, and 700 sustained injuries in what was described as the worst rail disaster in Jamaica's history and the second worst rail disaster in the world at that time. Words traveled fast and hundreds flocked to the scene, only to be greeted with the sight of corpse after corpse laid out on an embankment, looking, in the words of a survivor, like bundles of dirty clothes. The cause of the incident was later determined to be the accidental closure of an angled wheel brake cock that had been placed incorrectly. Some survivors reported that many of the hooligans had written on the platforms and steps, and some had tampered with that angled cock, which en route to Montego Bay. Others indicated they had seen the wheel in question tighten in Montego Bay. While neither of these accounts could be confirmed, some things were known for sure. The train was overcrowded. There were 130 to 150 passengers per car. Confidence in the rail service was shaken, and much looting and robbing of the dead and injured occurred after the crash. The ensuing investigation found a number of deficiencies among the Jamaica Railway Corporation regarding the train in question. The general standard of maintenance of the brake equipment was deemed unsatisfactory. In 1845, the Illustrated London News, pictured above, described the Jamaica Railway Corporation's ceremonious opening November 1st of that year in detail. On that morning, the first leg Kingston to Spanish Town was opened at approximately 11:30 a.m. by then Colonial Governor, the Earl of Elgin, and attended by numerous influential colonists, as well as members of the general public, climbed aboard. The 10-carriage train pulled out of the Kingston terminal to the summit of the 1st West Indian Regiment, beginning the first railway excursion in British West Indies. The 222 pounds 250 pence railway, a feat of engineering, was built soon after the first public railway in England, making it one of the first in the world. It owed its development to two pioneers, William and David Smith, merchant/landowner and planters respectively. In 1869, the Spanish Town to Old Harbour extension opened, but the greater part of Jamaica's railway was constructed between 1885 and 1896. Spanish Town to Yeovil, 1885. Porus to Montego Bay, 1894, and Bagwalk to Port Antonio, 1896. In 1879, the railway system was taken over by the government for a 10-year period before it was sold to an American syndicate for £800,000. By 1900, the American company, having lost money due to low receipts, turned the system back over to the government of Jamaica. In the 1920s, a one-way train ticket from Spanish Town to Kingston cost a total of 3 shillings 6 pence. Traveling a 5-seater motor car cost 1 shilling 6 pence per mile, or 21 shillings. On July 3, 1998, 32 people lost their lives and over 70 were injured in Balaclava headed from Kingston to Montego Bay. An engine jumped the rails and embedded itself firmly into the mountainside, followed by coaches which, when forced on from the rear, piled themselves one atop the other, orchestrating chaos.